The new dollar rate will be kept over the next few years. This was announced by the head of the National Bank at a briefing in the Central Communications Service. Kelimbetov calls not to believe speculators and support the domestic economy. All the attempts to destabilize the rate will be punished up to the license revocation of exchange offices without the possibility of further work in this area. Prices for oil and food are taken under special control. We intend to prevent unreasonable overpricing. Just when the shops are closed for stock taking and they would just rise the price of food by 20% or more, taking advantage of the confusion among the population. The Prime Minister instructed to deal with all unreasonable increase of prices. This measure will restrain all unscrupulous sellers. We have such an opportunity, and I think that just during 2 days the situation will settle down. Of course, there is a certain social and vulnerable part of the population which will be provided with additional targeted assistance of the government and local authorities.
Есть у нас такие возможности. Я думаю, буквально там день-два пройдут, когда все станет на место, будет ясно, что сколько стоит и почему.
Stable food prices depend not only on the dollar, but also on the desire of people to develop domestic businesses, Kelimbetov said. He predicted that the banks now will increase the financing of the real sector, and this is another protection of fluctuations in world markets.
Очень часто люди говорят, а что мне до вашей импортозамещающей там программы или программы?
Very often people say that they don't care about importing substituting or industrial innovation programs. But when the import covers the economy of the country, we become even more dependent on changes in the global monetary system. And today we realize that we shall produce the major of the goods, especially social important part of the goods, as oil products independently. Therefore, the government plans to construct the 4th oil refinery and support the dairy industry in Kazakhstan. You know that we have a tough competition with partners in the customs union during the last 2 to 3 years. Everyone can see the products from Russia, Belarus, or Kyrgyzstan on the shelves. We need to protect our producers and create more jobs. And in this regard, monetary policy is considered to be the greatest support of the state agencies.
Вы знаете, что последние 2-3 года у нас острая конкуренция идет с нашими партнерами.
It is not only Kazakhstan and Russia that changed the monetary policy. According to the head of the National Bank, a number of developing countries will come to this decision soon.
Делают другие страны такие корректировки в валютной политике? Делают, и мы видим.
Other countries are also making adjustments in their monetary policy. This year, we will witness many countries making such changes. Kazakhstan has witnessed the currency drop twice. Everyone remembers changes in 1999 and in February 2009. We heard all the questions of journalists and people. We saw their concerns and the situation that took place in 2009. Now we see the same situation. Firstly, people express their emotions and worries. Then they become indifferent. And finally, everyone realized that this was the right decision.
Абсолютная полная идентичность.
According to Kelimbetov, the current exchange rate adjustment aims to protect the interest not only for business, but also the national currency itself.
Конечно, можно сказать, что вот кто-то держал депозиты в тенге и...
Of course, you can say that some people had deposits in tenge and they were not warned about such changes. But we always said that our economy depends on the dollar. The Russian economy depends on the dollar by 20%. 20 to 25% is considered to be a high figure. In Kazakhstan, this figure reaches 40%. We need to maintain our national currency. And for this purpose, it is necessary to take certain decisions.
В Казахстане 40.
It is expected that the National Bank, together with the government, will develop a separate program that will reduce the dependence of the domestic economy on the dollar. Thus, there will be no need to convert prices of housing or cars to dollars.